Hello, beautiful shining souls. My name is Jostine, Intuitive Life Guide from the Philippines. Welcome back to my channel. Before anything else, I just want to quickly apologize because it is currently raining, so I'm not sure how this will be after the recording, if the sound quality will be too, like if the background noise will be too much and distracting. But hopefully it will be just a good natural background noise that is pleasant to the ear and that will add a sense of ambience while you're listening. Crossing my fingers. Anyway, continuing with today's life tip. So for today's life tip, it is discover what makes you uniquely you. So let me repeat that. Discover what makes you uniquely you. So that means your strengths, your weaknesses, your gifts, your natural talents, your skills, the experiences that you've gained over the years, the knowledge, the wisdom, like everything, your personality, your temperament, natural genius, the way you see things, the way that you view the world, the way that you process and think about things, the way that you move and show up in the world, the way that you exude your presence, your aura, your energy, all of this and more. I'm sure I haven't said everything. We are complex human beings and also we are divine beings, and so we have all these amazing things that compose us, that makes us uniquely who we are, right? Of all the billions of people in this world, in this lifetime, there is only one you. And for all the lifetimes, right? There is only one you. Can you imagine that, right? You're uniquely coded, and also you have your unique life experiences, right? The people that you are surrounded with, your environment, the education that you received, the way that we grew up, the way that we see the world, like all of this are contributing to who we are. So one of the things why I love taking personal self-awareness assessment tests is because it really, like at least for me, my experience, it's really accurate, like it feels like, oh, whoever created this test, like it feels like they really know me. Of course, not 100%, but mostly in general. And for one exam or one system, and then add into that other systems or other personality, self-awareness, self-discovery assessment tools, like combine them all together, and that just gives us a glimpse, right, of our observable personalities and temperaments. Those are just the observable, right? Observable to us and observable to others. And then there's more, right? Things that we have yet to discover, because as long as we are alive in this world, we are dynamic beings. We are ever changing, ever growing, ever evolving. It never stops as long as we are alive in this world, right? Even though it may seem like we have become stagnant in our lives, and even though it feels like it's the same old, and we're just repeating our days on loop and nothing seems to be changing, observed or otherwise. I don't know, I feel like there must be something if we are interacting with life, even though it is passive, right? Something is happening, right? Something is happening. If not, at the very least, our physical body changes, right? Our physical body responds to how we are living our lives, right? Our cells are living organisms. If they listen, they hear what's happening inside of us, the stories we tell ourselves, the food that we consume, not just the food, but what we consume in our body, information, nutrition, air quality, the noise, the sounds, the people, the environment that we are in. I mean, all of this contribute, right? And it adds to the makeup, or unique makeup. And it's very fascinating for me, like I really am fascinated by that. The nature versus nurture. Well, I think it's both, right? Like we have our own unique encoding, right? We have our unique blueprint, energetic blueprint, our own genetic codes, and personalities, temperaments, qualities, like characteristics, our natural preferences. Like, these are the things that have been with us since we were birthed into this world, even before. Like, when God decided that, He will gift us this life and give us this opportunity to be in this world, or if you believe in soul contracts, when your soul decided to be reincarnated into this world, like we already have certain qualities that we have carried with us before we were even fully formed or given this physical vessel, right? And so we're carrying that in our genes, in our DNA, in our soul, in our spirit. And then there is the outside factors that continually helps us, influences us, conditions us, programs us, and it gives us this unique way of being and living, our unique perspective, our unique way of experiencing the world. But there is also that free will, that we have the choice on who we want to become, who we choose to become. So all of these factors are playing right within us, and it is our, I guess, responsibility is the right word. It is a responsibility to discover what makes us unique. Why? Because that will determine how we want to be in this world, right? How we want to show up, how we want to contribute, how we want to make an impact while we are in this world, right? And if you believe in life after death, right, that will also play into our karma, right? And karma is not just about the bad, but it's, like it's the cause and effect. Like how we have lived our lives, it will affect, right, our lives, our souls after death. Anyway, I won't go into that. I am not yet well versed in that, and also I'm not yet ready to explore that outside of myself. Like I'm still just exploring it for my own. But yes, my point here, let this be an invitation for you to discover who you truly are, what makes you unique, what are your unique gifts, talents, skills, strengths, weaknesses. Because when you know yourself, right, when you know yourself, no matter what the outside world says about you, it won't matter. I mean, yes, of course, our ego will still think about what other people will think about us, right? There will still be hurt feelings and that sense of pride and just, wanting to defend ourselves. But at the end of the day, like, when we go back to our center and our alignment and remember that, wait, I know who I am. I don't need other people telling me who I am, right? Going back to that center, and we have that unshakable faith, and we can continue to show up in our authenticity, right? In our authentic power, in our uniqueness, with our unique light and gifts and magic. But I have to caution, because this is also something that I'm constantly reflecting on and also checking in with myself. right? That am I being delusional or am I bullshitting myself, right? Because that could be a trap, right? If we really don't face the reality of who we are, right? If we're not brutally honest with ourselves, I think that is one of the life tip, right? Be brutally honest with yourself. We also need to partner that, because it it won't help us and it won't help the world if we continue on just focusing on, it's a thin line, right? There's a fine line between focusing on ourselves so that we can, you know, evolve, right? Continue to evolve and change and grow, and also in the for the sake of personal growth and transformation. But then there's also like the, if we're not checking in with ourselves constantly, especially with our ego, like it could become too narcissistic, right? And too self-centered, egoistical. So just be careful with that, right? And for me, what really helps is that, it's not just about me. I'm always going back as well to my faith, right? It's always anchored with God, with the divine, right? So I'm always going back to that, so that I don't lose my way in my path of self-discovery. Yeah, this video is more like an invitation, a reminder, versus like giving you practical tips on how to. I might create a future video for that. Yeah, I think I will, because there's a life tip that is connected with this. So watch out for that. But if you have the time and if you're curious, I would suggest looking at my previous videos. So I think that's it for me. Thank you so much, everyone. Until the next episode, peace, love, and light. The world is waiting for your magic.